pleasure to be here, and I'd like to take this opportunity to also thank our local network providers who support this program every year by making nominations, namely Ann McGee from Contact Cape Atlantic, MJ Persky from Betty Backrack, Art, Pat Jones, who can't be here today, but we have representatives, so thank you very much. At this point in the program, I am proud to introduce Atlantic County Executive Dennis Levinson.
It is a pleasure to be here, and I'm honored to be your county executive, especially for at times like this. This is our 29th time that we have honored people with disabilities here in Atlantic County. And I've missed many functions. I've never missed this one. This is extremely important to me and obviously to you. Now, I want to tell you a story, which is a true story, as bizarre as it may seem as I tell it. I am a fan of TCM, the old movies, and I watch them continue. Generally, the movies that you see today, to make them interesting, you have sex, you have violence, you have bizarre behaviors. And these old movies, you couldn't curse. I mean, somebody got shot, they didn't bleed. You needed a terrific plot to get the story over, not just the incredible crashes and explosions and the things that occurred. So I watch it continually. And we were talking the other day with some other movie buffs, and they were talking about Audrey Hepburn, who is one of my favorite actresses. And they were talking about the different movies, and I said, my favorite movie, Audrey Hepburn, is Wait Until Dark. Has anybody seen that? Okay. And to tell you what Wait Until Dark is, she's blind. And her husband comes in contact with a doll that has narcotics in it, that the bad guys want. Now, to many people, the bad guys come to her apartment to get the doll. And rather, if you want to see the movie, we were talking, and one of the people I was talking to said, that's an idiot plot. Preposterous plots are called idiot plots. And I said, I don't think that it was. In fact, if you see the movie, it's done extraordinarily well. A blind woman against three real bad guys that want to kill her in a small apartment, and she gets away with it. And he made this comment. That's as stupid as Stevie Wonder playing chess. And I said, it may be as stupid as Stevie Wonder playing chess, but it's not as stupid as Ray Charles playing chess, because Ray Charles played chess. And does anybody know that, by the way? You did. He played chess. He had arranged, the squares were all the same color, and they were raised, and he had the little pins on the bottom of the chess pieces, and he would play chess, and he became quite accomplished. In fact, he played chess with Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson talked about their chess game, said it was an unfair advantage because we played in the dark. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it is not preposterous. Extraordinary things can occur. And disability does not mean, in any way, shape, or form, inability. And that's something that the recipients today have proven. And in behalf of the very grateful and very proud Atlantic County, I want to wish you the very, very best of everything. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and participating in this event. And by the way, it's the Sykes family. Donnie Sykes is named him. By the way, maybe I should have started that way. The Sykes family just makes a noise, or I really meant for the Sykes family to make the noise, not for you all. It is a large family, by the way. We'll get into the Irish and the large families, but they are here. Tommy, Peggy, you're all here in the back table. Thanks for coming, and thanks for being so much a part of this. And of course, without Jake Lassie, so much of these things would not have occurred for the disabled here in this county. Once again, thank you so very much.
At this point in the program, we're going to start with the awards presentation. where we ask the nominee to come up and the nominator to join them and say a few words. And also, Freola Marino plays a key role here. If you could come up, and we'll start with the presentation of certificates. Okay. Our first nominee is Jennifer Beaver, nominated by Rebecca McGill. And Freeholder Risley will also join us in the presentation of certificates.
My name is Becky McGill. I'm a physical therapist at Backrack Institute for Rehabilitation, and I'm in charge of the spinal cord injury program there. And it is through that program that I've met Jennifer Beaver. And she continues to amaze me with her drive and her positivity no matter what she encounters. And she has begun develop her own foundation that is dedicated to helping people with disabilities. And I could go on and over.
This is truly an honor. Thank you very much. Becky, that has honored me. She's supported me and helped me become the person that I am today, as long as my parents that are sitting over here. Like she said, I started the Blue Wing Foundation, and that is to help people with spinal cord injuries and disabilities all together. Having a disability can be very complicated emotionally and physically, so I wanted to build something for all disabilities where they could find themselves emotionally and physically. So we want to build adaptive fitness life centers for all people with disabilities. I just hope that this grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and we get everything that we need and want in this life, because the government surely is going to give it to us. But thank you, and this is truly an honor.
On behalf of the county, Atlantic County, which I represent, and my colleague Marino and Kern, Mika, Levinson, all of us that are here, on behalf of the County of Atlantic, we're very proud to be here to be able to present this award to you. So we have a number of certificates. I hope you got a wall to hang them on somewhere with some extra space. We have one from the county executive.
Wow, thank you so much.
You also are being recognized by not just the Board of Freeholders, but also Congressman Lobiando as well. And he cannot be here, but he has a certificate for you, and he wishes you all the best. Keep up the great work, and we thank you. I say many congrats today to you.
Thank you.
Our next honoree is Leon Brathwaite, nominated by winner Harmon.
Hi, I'm nominating Leon Brathwaite because I've seen him literally give his last dollar to help somebody. I've seen him, he publicly spoke at different events promoting blindness awareness. He's been a coach, a basketball coach at the Recreation Center. He's done public speaking for children who have been struggling and trying to survive in the streets. He's encouraged people to go to college. He's done a lot of advocacy. And that's all I want to say.
Good afternoon. I just want to thank God first for allowing me to wake up this morning. Second, I want to thank down on Sykes Committee, families in the county of Atlantic County. This work that I've done is not over. It's not what I've done, it's what I'll continue to still want to do tomorrow and beyond. I also want to thank my parents, my wife, Ms. Harmon. I want to give out special thanks to mentor that pulled me out of the dark into the light about blindness, which is Ms. Lori Haynes, who has stood here before me. We have a lot of work to do, and it's not over. I'm going to appeal to the freeholders, the politicians, because the John D. Lyons Blind Center is closed down right now. We don't have a home. And I would like to try to start something or try to find out how I can keep us together. So if anybody can help me try to open up something not just for the blind, but for all people that has disability. Not just for the blind, but for everybody. Because I tried to reach out to a day program, and I got to be 64, and that's just not going to happen right now for me. So, it's a lot of work to be done. I just want to say thank you.
Since you've given us a task to do, I'm going to ask our chairman, Formica, Freeholder Kern, Freeholder Risley, and myself, and I know our county executive, we'll look into the Lions Center, and we'll get back to you or your family and see how we can assist in that. I think that means more than the proclamations and pieces of paper I'm going to give you now, and I think you understand that, right? So on behalf of our county executive, Dennis Levinson, our chairman, Frank Formica, as well as the rest of the Freeholder Board and Congressman Frank Lobiondo, we want to present you with these proclamations and citations. Congratulations.
Listen, I just want to apologize to my wife because I want to thank her for putting up with the transition of me losing my son. It hasn't been easy for her. I give her a hard way to go, and I just want to let you know I appreciate you, although I don't say it every day. I'm saying it now. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And our next honoree is Kevin Canuso, nominated by Career Opportunity Development, will be presented by Kurt Olson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kurt Olson, Vice President of Community Employment Services at Cody Career Opportunity Development. It's our pleasure, my pleasure, to nominate Kevin Canuso for the Donald Sykes Award. I have a little something I want to read about Kevin. It wasn't until Kevin was almost 40 years old when he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Prior to this diagnosis, throughout most of his life, Kevin struggled with his illness. He could not maintain employment for an extended period of time and often struggled throughout his marriage to support his wife and 2 daughters. He could not understand why he often suffered with bouts of depression or mania, which inevitably affected his marriage and employment stability. His anxiety was too debilitating to function, and his marriage ended in 2008. Kevin was eventually referred to Cody to participate in the extended employment program. There he was able to adjust to the daily routine of employment and become more understanding and stable with the symptoms of his diagnosis. His episodic life was beginning to diminish. He was eventually referred to Cody's residential program and truly started his road to recovery and stability. He began working in Cody's janitorial maintenance program and quickly became a valuable asset to the team assigned to the state set-aside programs throughout Atlantic County. He became one of Cody's top performers and was promoted to lead crew member. He is now the lead crew member assigned to the Atlantic County Criminal Courthouse. This is a high-profile location, and the maintenance crew must always be on top of their game. We continue to receive many accolades regarding the cleanliness of that facility. His steady employment has contributed to his well-being, and he now lives independently in his own apartment. Kevin is a true asset to us. He's a true success story and an example to many others at Cody. He has learned to thrive on his own, and he's not hindered by his mental illness as he was in the past. He continues to contribute to Cody's success on a daily basis, and it's considered a valuable member of our team. It's my pleasure to nominate Kevin. I also have one thing to say additionally. Cody and its staff, we truly express our sincere appreciation to Atlantic County government on their ongoing commitment to the mission to provide services to the individuals with disabilities and create independence through housing and employment. Cody currently operates coffee shops in each of the county courthouses, as well as the maintenance contracts in the western section of the county. Atlantic County has always supported our sub-sales and many of its endeavors, and ultimately, through support, Cody has been able to employ approximately 50 individuals with disabilities. So we thank you, Atlantic County. Thank you, Kevin. Congratulations.
I'd just like to add that I think one of the best decisions I made in my life was coming to Cody. They really helped me turn things around. I still struggle with my illness at times, but the entire staff is always there for me to kind of help reel me back in. So just like to thank everybody over at my table over there, and mostly my fearless leader, Kurt Olson.
It's our pleasure and honor to present to you these awards. And we're very, very proud of what you've been able to achieve. We're very proud of the Cody program here in Atlantic County and all the people that work so very hard to make it all possible. So on behalf of Atlantic County, on behalf of Congressman Loviano, entire Freewater Board, this county is very proud of your achievements and wish you all the best and keep going and keep growing strong.
Okay, our next honoree is Dorsey Shipper Fenwick, nominated by M.J. Persky, Petty Backrack Rehab.
I have the honor of having nominated Dorsey Shipper Fenwick. She lives in Linwood, and Dorsey survived a hemorrhagic stroke in 2009, which caused weakness and loss of function to much of her right side, including her drawing hand. She'd been a practicing architect, drawing beautiful and useful buildings for 40 years, in partnership with her husband, Steve Fenwick, and Fenwick Architects. About 5 years ago, she began to take art lessons from her friend, artist Marilyn Brent Todd, who's an adjunct art professor at Stockton. Using her non-dominant hand, Dorsey began to paint watercolors of a wide variety of subjects. In 2015, she offered to hang her lovely paintings at Backrack for patients and the community to enjoy. The paintings were so admired that she and her family reproduced them as larger prints and donated the framed reproductions to our occupational therapy department. Meanwhile, through great determination, she took a driver re-education program and successfully earned her driver's license. Dorsey volunteers Fridays in our therapeutic rec department. She volunteers at Meadowbrook Nursing Home, teaching a resident to draw there. She also serves as the president of the Friends of Linwood Library. Dorsey continues to paint and has shown her work at a venue in Cape May, at Backrack, and at the 2016 Ability Fair at Stockton University. Her family had her watercolors reproduced as a series of note cards. All the proceeds go to the American Stroke Foundation. Dorsey is a remarkable woman who continues to use her talent for beauty and design in ways that move and delight others. She's a deserving recipient of this award. But first, I must show you Dorsha's artwork. These are reproductions of some of her watercolors. Small ones. I encourage you to come up and take a peek because they are just lovely, as is Dorsha.
I'm pleased to say that my award honors me and my friends who rallied around me to support me. By this I mean my dear friend and spouse, Steve Fenwick, would have just given up. My children, my mother and my father. My father will turn 100 years old in November the 23rd, 2017. My mother died recently. She died recently. You have something to do with it as well. You should find something to do it and do it well. And by this I mean volunteer, drawing something, do things. I've taken art classes with my friend Marilyn Brent. I would also like to say thank you to Maria Moss. You've given me a lot to look forward to. Thank you very much.
For me to give Dorsha our citations from the county executive, Congressman Moviano, and the Freeholder Board, this is personal for me, because Dorsha and I've known Dorsha, or you've known me for what, 30 years?
Yeah.
Don't be too excited.
I know, you make you as a young boy.
When I had brown hair. But one of the things, when I was on city council in Linwood, Dorsha volunteered to help design the Linwood Arboretum. It's one of the smallest arboretums in the world. And if you walk along the bike path, you'll see it. She did that. And she persevered through her ability. And she was there for the ribbon cutting. And it is one of the jewels. I know, Maria, the Linwood Library is the jewel. So my mother-in-law is also on that board, so I can talk about the library. But the Linwood Arboretum is just, if you haven't been, go. She was the lead designer on that. And she pushed it, and she pushed it, and she pushed it. And every citizen in Linwood and Atlantic County is appreciative of your efforts.
And our next honoree is Jacob Hackett, nominated by our friend Mary Ann Christian. And Freeholder Kern is going to come up now and help assist with the awards presentation. I'll turn the mic over to Mary Ann. Okay.
Hello. Congratulations to all the nominees, especially to Jacob, my friend. I'd like to thank the government, officials of Atlantic County, Field of Dreams founders, Barry Hackett, John Blassie. Without them, I wouldn't know Jacob. So, for Jacob is determination, drive to succeed in life opens doors and many doors that could be closed because of his CP. He's an advocate for all with disabilities by using Facebook and radio. He has a networking tool. He is a networking tool. His happy personality is welcome to our world that sometimes is ugly. He looks for the good in us and the things around him. And John Glasses should be saying all this, but you wouldn't be shaky. And his mom says, wherever he goes, people love him. that he turns his disability into an advantage for life. He cheers his sister Heidi in swimming, and he loves when Mom, Grandmom, and Grandpa cheer him at Field of Dreams. He is a pleasure to know. Thank you.
I just want to say how humbled I am to be here today with all the recipients and with you as well. I had a mother that had a disability with multiple sclerosis, and I understand the strength that it takes every day. But to see the smiles in everybody's face and what they've overcome is just truly amazing. And on behalf of the Freeholder Board and Congressman Loviando, we'd like to offer you.
Oh, you got it?
Thank you very much. This is an honor.
Thank you.
Okay, our next honoree is Margaret Hardiment, nominated again by M.J. Persky.
I did indeed nominate Margaret, but I'm going to turn the microphone over to my colleague, Jamie Hoagland. Jamie and Margaret have been working together for quite some time, and Jamie is the right person to be speaking.
So Margaret and I began working together about 2 years ago in, I think it was April 2015. We immediately became friends. She's very witty and she's very sarcastic, and it was a fast friendship. Margaret has a really impressive resume. She has a degree from LaSalle and a master's from the London School of Economics. She's also a true local. You were born and raised in Absecon, went to Atlantic City High School, and then she taught...
Holy Spirit
High School. Okay. And then she taught at Sovereign Avenue for a while, right?
Yeah, that's the Atlantic City part.
She's been a tremendous help at Backrack. She helps me put together mailings, patient folders. She creates email lists for me, and recently we've been working on an eBay store, and she's helping me put together the inventory. She also works with her neighborhood association, and you volunteer on Mayor Don Guardian's campaign. Despite her illness, Margaret walks in every day with a big smile. She perseveres and is always positive. She's truly been really emotional, an inspiration to me, and you really deserve this.
I make Jamie thinky.
She's a real friend.
All right, so I have to thank Backrack so much for all the opportunity that they've given me, and the fact that there are people there that have truly stood by me and helped me when I repeatedly asked questions. My mom and my sister are here with me today, and they have been a true help, and they've stuck by me family-wise, as well as, getting me to Backrack and, helping me to achieve different goals as well. But Backrack has rebuilt my confidence tremendously, and they've really upped my spirits throughout the time, and I love getting to work with Jamie, and she makes me feel very confident. So I want to say thanks to Jamie, thanks to Backrack, and thanks to my mom and my sister Megan, who joined me here today.
On behalf of Atlantic County, on behalf of Congressman Loviando, I'm very pleased to present this award to you. I'm very impressed with the degree in economics. We'll have to have a conversation about that.
They're in the Ministry of International Relations.
Wow, okay, all right, very good. Very good. All right, and of course, your volunteerism is certainly to be commended, because volunteerism is everything. It's a gift. It's more precious than money, more precious than anything. It's once you give of your time, it's a commodity that you cannot give back ever. So on behalf of Atlantic County, we thank you for your work, your volunteering, and we wish you all the best, and I'm very happy to present this to you. Congratulations.
Okay, it's my pleasure to bring up the next nominee, James Monroe, nominated by Jill Lemon. of the Ark. And joining him is his brother, Jeff, who's a co-worker and friend. Pleasure to see you today, Jeff.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a letter, a nomination letter, but I'm sure you don't want me to read it. What's really great about the Monroe family and James is that they are lifelong members, residents of Atlantic County. He, too, is a graduate of Atlantic City High School. And we kind of like to have Jimmy on the Dr. Oz show because he was nominated because for the last 3 years, he's lost 35 pounds and he has decreased his doctor's appointments by, over half. Wow, just amazing. But what really is most important is the steps he took in moving to our central group home, in that you've become the big brother to everyone who has moved in. What's important is that you just make it a family home. You make it important for the staff to be there. They're very, very happy with that. He also is a huge decorator for the holidays. So if you ever get to drive by our house and stop in to see Jimmy, it's just an amazing for every holiday. But I think one of the reasons that he got this award was that he too gives back in as many ways as he can. And one of the things that he likes to do is donate to local animal shelters. He does that both in Atlantic County and in Cumberland County. And he does this besides all his sports activities because you've worked constantly and now is included by Papa. And that gives you the ability to, what teams do you like, Jenny?
Eagle stuff. Eagle stuff.
The Soul?
The Soul, the
Sixers?
The Sixers and the Phillies.
And the Phillies. Yeah.
Go
It's really my pleasure to stand up here in front of everyone because Jimmy is such an asset to our community. And it's just my honor to be here with his brother. And we congratulate you on the Donald Sykes Award for 2017. Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Something for you as well, and wow, what an amazing story. Somebody who's overcome so much himself and then still has the time and the effort to give back to so many others. You are really amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, Bill. Okay, so on behalf of Congressman Loviando, County Executive Debbie Levinson, and the Freeholder Board, we'd like to present you. Would you like to say?
It's an honor for us to meet you today. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Good job, Jim. Think we want to get one picture taken?
Oh, sure.
Sure, because we know, because we've been here before, that we want to have this up front. Because besides decorating the entire house, Jimmy decorates his room. And I'm sure besides all your sports stars, you can put your own honor up. Yeah? Do you think yes? Okay. Okay. We gotta go this way. Thank you. Good job.
Our next nominee is Jerry Samson, nominated by Ann McGee.
She told me she was a little picky. She needed my left arm. When I first received notice of the opportunity to nominate a Contact Keep Atlantic volunteer, it was a very easy choice. Jerry Samson, this is Jerry, immediately came to mind. She was our 2016 Dorothy Lowry Reassurance Volunteer of the Year for Contact Keep Atlantic, and that is the highest award that our agency does give out. Our agency provides free daily telephone reassurance to over 220 elderly and disabled individuals. We're helping individuals continue their independent living, and last year our volunteers managed 68,000 calls. But here's Jerry's story. Jerry has been a volunteer for almost 2 years. She helps with some calls every Monday and Thursday afternoon, and then every Friday afternoon she does a full shift of calls. Today is Thursday, so we had to get a fill-in for Jerry today, but we managed. Jerry has been blind for 37 years. She was born blind in her left eye, and then her retina tore in her right eye. She learned about our agency from Jim McMillan of WOND Radio. Thank you, Jim. Jerry came to our phone center to be trained as a reassurance volunteer. Her son Art, who's with us today, brought her in, and I reviewed all our procedures to become a reassurance volunteer. She then got to work. She does our calls from home. We mail her the list. Art reviews it with her, and she converts it into Braille. Jerry has 2 sons, Art, who's here, and Albert. She has told me that her sons have been her eyes. She also tells me that she found the perfect place for her at Contact, and she loves helping our clients. Jerry is an excellent volunteer. When she heard about us on WOND, she told me she thought she wrote the number down wrong, but she did get it right, and she was able to locate us, and we're very thankful that she did. Jerry is truly inspiring and an important part of our agency. I thank Jerry for all she does, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to nominate her for the Donald J. Sykes Award. Congratulations.
I just want to thank Ann, and I stand here to represent all of the volunteers of Contact. We're a big family. It's awesome. I love the ones that call. And it's so important because there's so many of the elderly people out there that do not even get a call a day, even from family members. So it is a privilege and an honor to be a part of the Contact family. I love my callers. I've grown to love them and to spend time and talk with them. And I thank my son Art for his help. And I thank the Lord for showing me the way to Contact, because I love it and it's a part of my life, and it's a blessing to put a smile on somebody's face. If never anybody out there is a mom or dad, grandparents, don't ever hesitate to pick up the phone and call. Tell them you're thinking about them and you love them. It's so important, and it puts a smile on their face, and they need that. So thank you very much, and it's an honor to be here today.
On behalf of Monroe County, Congressman Loviando, we thank you for your work. Contact's been around a long, long time. How many years?
44.
44. I know it's been a long, long time, and doing a lot of great work. My mother now is 91, and we're having some issues now, and my sister and I are there for her. And I know that there are a lot of folks that are up in those years that don't have family. And you're a true lifeline to those folks, and probably the center of their day many times. So on behalf of the county, we want to say thank you for what you're doing, and please keep it up, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Very congratulations.
And last but certainly not least is our nominee, Jason Strauber. Jason happens to be a world traveler, so he is unable to be with us today, but his lovely mother Lisa is here, nominated by Maureen Bumpton and Marge Durdak.
Thanks and good afternoon, everyone. We're so honored to be among such an incredible group of people, and congratulations to everybody who was nominated and a recipient today. Jason Struthers is a terribly unique individual. He's 37 years old. He is living in South Korea as a freelance multimedia journalist who first was an exchange student there. But he is from Hamilton Township, Mays Landing, where he still calls home with his mom. And he's traveling the world, never letting his abilities get in the way of his fantastic work. He started in New York City, working for our local news agency, and in his words, he was tired of reporting on triple homicides and exploding manholes. So he decided to return to Seoul, Korea, where he was an exchange student, and where he's been for 11 years. He's an adjunct professor at Montclair, where he's also a graduate, and he is a volunteer whenever he's home in New Jersey for the Camp for the Blind, for children who are also struggling with those issues. What's interesting about Jason is he reports on many things, some of which include travels, and most recently, how to best tour Seoul, Korea on a bicycle. So if you can imagine, like, oh my goodness, how's he going to be able to do that? But he's very smart and rented a tandem bicycle and got a friend to ride him around Korea, explaining things to him, and wrote a fabulous piece on that. And this is just somebody who never lets that get in his way. So much so that we never really even thought of nominating him before, because I don't look at him as an individual that lets anything stop him, or with any disability, because he's incredibly able, much more so than most people that I know. So for that, we're just thrilled to be here. March 3rd, I had the idea to nominate Jason, and his wonderful mom, Lisa, is here with us today to accept on his behalf.
I had never met Jason, and several months ago, or just before the nomination announcement came out, Lisa, who I work with, along with Maureen Buckton, Lisa said her son was coming. He was legally blind, and he was walking down, and she would like me to meet him in Mace Landing at our office. So then Lisa left the office to go do an errand, and while she was gone, Jason arrived. And I met him for the first time then, and I was absolutely amazed at what this man has been able to do with the disability that he has. I could see from his actions that he was having a very difficult time seeing, and I'd actually run out to the sidewalk and grab him to show him where the office door was. When he told me the things he had done in his life so far, I went home that night and felt completely inadequate. I thought to myself, oh, you know what? If he was able to do the things he's done with the disability that he has, certainly there's a lot of hope for people in the future with disabilities such as his, and maybe even worse than his. So the next day I went and suggested us recommending him for the Donald Sykes Award to my boss, Maureen Buckton, and here we are today. And this is his mother, Lisa.
Thank you. I am not a public speaker, but I can. Do it. Jason wanted me to thank everybody. He couldn't be here. He's in Seoul right now. So I'd like to thank everybody. Daddy Levinson, who I've known for a long time, the freeholders, and the Atlantic County Disability Advisory Board. Thank you so much. I asked Jason if he'd like to say something, and I said, oh, maybe we could do FaceTime. There's a 13-hour time difference. He said, absolutely don't. Just thank them for me. So thank you to everybody who attended, and thank you to all the other nominees.
Sit at the same table as you this evening and to hear some of your stories and just seeing your face, how proud you are of him and everything that he's accomplished. And please let him know how the entire county is proud of him as well. So on behalf of our county administrator, Denny Levinson, our congressman, will be on the people of the board. Please congratulate him, and you as well. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to ask our chairman, Frank Formica, if you'd like to give some closing remarks.
I've been coming to these events for about the past 5, 6, 7 years, and it always amazes me, but I think the best description is for all the recipients and everybody that it isn't, we have Ability Day at some point in the county, and you know, there's been such a stigma with the people that have been called disabilities, but the amazing stories that we hear here are just a tribute to these special individuals, because it's hard enough to accomplish what they do without having any type of disability. So I would call this amazing ability people, and I'm only proud to be here as a representative, and thank you very much for being here.
to congratulate again all the nominees, thank members of our Disabled Advisory Board for being so supportive of this program every year in, year out. And with Mr. Palmentieri's encouragement, we will now all enjoy a great lunch and the rest of this beautiful fall day. Thank you.